Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Newport News, Virginia, home of the Small College National Champions, the Apprentice School Builders. They are back for another season of fantastic basketball action, and I am so happy to be here to bring it to you one more time. Again, good evening, everyone. My name is Howard McCain. Dave Davenport will be our engineer-producer for this night's contest. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, Dave Davenport is trying to understand why there are so many Big Ten football teams at the top of the college football rankings, and they haven't played anybody. But you know what? That is a conversation for a completely different broadcast. We are here to talk basketball, specifically Builder basketball. This evening, they'll be taking on the Monarchs of Methodist University out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, as they attempt to defend their national championship. Now, the last time we were with you, that is exactly what happened. They were on their way to a national championship game, and folks, they brought home the trophy. So the banners have been hung, the trophies have been accepted, all the MVPs have been handed out, but now we are back to try to see if we can repeat as champions. As right now, the starting lineups are being announced for both teams, and we will get to that shortly. But let's talk a little bit about our opponent that's coming in tonight, led by their head coach. His name is let me make sure I get this right. It's Aloysius Henry, who's in his third season at the helm for the Monarchs of Methodist University. Overall record coming into tonight's contest for Coach Henry is 7-42. He was 5-19 with this program on last season, so they have a lot to build on in this upcoming season. Now, here on our side of the court, a lot of changes, ladies and gentlemen. Out is Coach Evan Key. Evan Key, after that national championship run last season, a lot of schools came looking for him, and Randolph College actually pulled him away from the program. So we thank Coach Evan Key for all of his contributions as head coach for the Builders. Thank you so much, Coach, for bringing a national championship to this school. But Ian is former assistant coach Michael Gainey Jr. in his first season at the helm for the Builders. So far on this young season, this program is 2-0 after victories so far in the young season over Penn State Greater Allegheny and Penn State Beaver. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. The 2024-2025 Apprentice School Builder basketball season is underway. The visiting Monarchs controlling the tip so far with Ron Jones. Currently with the basketball as he's working around the helm. Inside shot is blocked. Loose ball picked up by the Monarchs, and Jones scores. Ron Jones for the Monarchs is joined on the floor by Brian Bullock, Darian Hickley, Chance Minot, and Greg Ellinger as Donovan Means with the Builders' first possession of the first half. Builders trail 2-0 as the Builders working around the perimeter. Means his three-point shot off the back of the iron. Monarchs running. Feed goes inside, shot off the glass, no good. Builders running. Kyrie Smith ahead to Adrian Wall. Loose ball picked up and laid off the glass for Kyrie Smith. And we get a quick timeout, injury timeout. This is going to be officials' timeout for the Monarchs. As looks like that is Ron Jones, who is writhing in pain down in the deep corner of the gymnasium. So the trainer is going to get an opportunity to look at his hand as Donovan Means. He's joined on the court by Kyrie Smith, Jay Neeson, Adrian Wall, and Malik Munderland make up the starting five for the Builders as the Builders put on a light press. Press is broken by the Monarchs. Monarchs attacking the rim. Shot no good. Builders nearly turned it over in the backcourt. Loose ball control. Adrian Wall now with the shot clock just under 20 on this possession. Feed inside is going to be poked away. They're going to say it was last touched by the Monarchs as, again, Coach Henry looks on for the Monarchs. 5-19, as we mentioned in the pregame. His third year. As the inbound goes to Wall. Shot by Munderland off the front of the iron. Now that ball was going to be last touched by the Monarchs, so that's going to go over to the Builders. That was Greg Ellinger. Basketball goes off of his heel out of bounds. Now, we said earlier that Ron Jones went out with a hand injury, so he has been replaced on the floor by Caleb Barreto as the Builders look to take the lead. We're tied early on. The first home game for the Builders of the season. This is their their fourth game of the season as the Builders try to get it inside. Shot blocked. Nice job of defense right there by the Monarchs inside. That's Brian Bullock with the block. Each team, honestly, is sort of playing kind of small ball. Not a lot of size on the court tonight as the Builders, again, inside out. That three-point shot by Adrian Wall, no good. Loose ball controlled by the Builders. Builders still attacking the basket. Here's Wall. His shot blocked. So it will stay on this end. The shot clock at 16. It's Coach Michael Gainey. Again, in his first season at the helm for the Builders, taking over for Evan Key, who has moved on to Randolph College. And again, we are so happy for him and his family to get that new opportunity as Wall works it to the perimeter. Wall. Kick to the corner to Smith. Air ball. Loose ball. Shot clock does not reset. Is at 3. Munderland. Shot is off. So neither team shooting the basketball particularly well early on in the first couple of minutes of action. Wall defends. Shot up and good by Hicklin. His first 2 points of the basketball game, and the Monarchs with the early 4-2 lead here as substitutions getting ready to make their way onto the floor for the Builders. Smith. Wall. Here's Means. That shot for 3 is up and down. Adrian Wall with his first 3-point make of the evening, and the Builders now have the lead 5-4. As the Builders put on another light press defensively. It's broken again by Hicklin. Hicklin doesn't even look for a screen. Gets it inside are the Monarchs, but they're unable to convert it at the rim, and the Builders off and running. That one is tapped away, but controlled by Smith. Monarchs continue to sit in a matchup zone on defense as that three-pointer is no good. Builders so far early in the contest and early on in the season only shooting about 31% as a team on this young season as wholesale substitutions make their way into the ball game for both teams as Sean O'Connor makes his way onto the basketball court for the Monarchs. Courage Harrell and Montrell Jackson onto the floor for the Builders. Means with the shot clock just under 20. Works off of a screen. That three-pointer is up and down. Donovan Means with his first three-point make of the contest, and the Builders have stretched their lead out 8-4 now. We're still early. This home game for the Builders here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center, and we are thrilled that you are joining us as the Monarchs kick to the outside. That 3 off the back of the iron. I think that was last touched by the Monarchs, and the officials will agree with me, I believe, as we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken. This is a media timeout, the under 16. So we will step away for a break, and ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We will be back.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
8-4 is our score early on, if I can untie my tongue and say it. 8-4 is the score early on in this first home game of the 2024-2025 basketball slate for the defending small college national champion, Apprentice School Builders. I thought that pass went out of bounds prior to the timeout. I thought it went off of the Monarchs, but instead it went off the Builders. But it goes for naught as the Builders back on offense. Smith, tough shot. Loose ball comes off to the Builders, kick to the corners to Harrell. Harrell hits three, in and out. That's got to be one of the toughest three-pointers to watch. You do everything right. You catch the basketball in rhythm, shot perfectly, spiraled. It goes into the basket, then pops right back out as the Builders on defense. The tenacity pays off as the Builders off and running. Here's Harrell. Nothing inside. Here's Harrell again. Harrell still trying to get inside. Lost the basketball. Able to gather. Got it inside, but the Builders just were unable to convert. As Eason just could not get a proper handle on the basketball, so that's going to go over now to the Monarchs as they work. Monarchs were at the perimeter near turnover. Basketball inside off the glass and good for two is Chance Monet. So the Builders' lead is trimmed to 2, 8-6, as the Builders have gone ice cold here. And we're going to get a stoppage in play. I believe we're going to have a foul. So that foul call is going to be on Chance Monet. That is his first personal foul, the team's first, as substitutions make their way into the ball game for the Monarchs and for the Builders as well. As Wayne Hedgepeth makes his way into the basketball game for the Builders, along with Chris Hinman. Trying to see player numbers here as Thomas Stevens makes his way into the ball game for the Monarchs. Hinman with the basketball, gets it over to Smith. Smith launches for three. That one goes in and out. What is going on this end of the court? Well, shots are going down, but then they're rimming right back out, so the Builder lead stays at 8-6. The Monarchs go back on the attack. Here's Hicklin. Hicklin able to find an alley, lays it off the backboard for two. So we're now tied as the Builders off and running once again with the basketball. As the Builders working around the perimeter. Builders work it inside. Short jumper off the front of the rim by Hedgepeth is no good, which leads to a fast break opportunity, but that shot is blocked. Courage Harrell with a block. I believe that's the Builders' second block. Nope, that's their first. Nope, there's the adjusted stats. That's the second block of the contest for the Builders. Builders making it tough on the Monarchs to inbound the basketball. Shot clock now under 20 as we're going to have a turnover. Stevens was anticipating Hicklin to circle back towards the top of the key, but instead Hicklin went to the side of the court. Ball goes innocently out of bounds, and ladies and gentlemen, in basketball, that is called a turnover. So Builders right now, 0 turnovers in the basketball game. The Monarchs with 3 as Builders go right back to work as Chris Hinman attacks the basket, lays it off the glass for 2. So the Builders have regained the lead here as we quickly approach the midway point of the first half as that shot is off the side of the rim, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Builders cover, and we're going to get a jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Builders, so substitutions once again onto the floor for the visiting Monarchs of Methodist University. That's Greg Ellinger. Now, Methodist University, I told you, was located in Fayetteville, North Carolina. School was actually established back in 1956, so it hasn't been around that long. It's been around longer than me, of course. As the Builders working around the perimeter with Hinman. Here's Harrell. His 3 is up and down. So that's his second make from 3 on the evening, as he now leads all scorers in the basketball game with 6, as the Builders are absolutely harassing on defense. Builders nearly forced a turnover as Ellinger nowhere to go with the basketball. Builders are swarming to the basketball as Hinman able to swipe it away but just could not control the loose ball. 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock now for the Monarchs, as Smith lets everyone know, but I think we're going to have a timeout. This is a under 12 media timeout. 11:41 remaining. 2 seconds left on the shot clock as the Builders hold to a 13-8 lead.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
2 seconds remaining on the shot clock for the Monarchs. Builders lead 13-8 as they begin their journey to defending their small college national championship. They've already started their journey as that shot up and good. Well, up in time, but no good as the Builders quickly run it down the floor. Player out of control just a little bit, and that's going to be a turnover for the Builders. Back come the Monarchs. Monarchs nearly turn it over themselves, almost a backcourt violation, but they were able to save the loose ball as Hicklin works against Kyrie Smith. Wild shot. Loose ball comes off to the Builders. Here's Hinman, and that's going to be a blocking foul in the backcourt. So that foul will go against Stevens, Thomas Stevens. That'll be his first personal foul, the team's second. So teams have done a really good job so far in this basketball game of just keeping their hands to themselves. I mean, that's only 2 fouls in the entire basketball game. So that's actually pretty good. You know what? I did not get a chance to tell you folks who the officials were for tonight's contest. I apologize to them and their families. Kyle Neve, Rustin Jesse, and Thomas Sumter are your officials on the court this evening as the Builders back on offense. Hinman pushes from 3. It goes up, and it goes in. Hinman for 3. Builders now with their 3rd made basket from 3. Right now shooting 3 of 9 from behind the arc for 33.3% as the Builders force the turnover. And I think, yep, Builders give it right back. It's Coach Henry makes substitutions as Chance Monet makes his way back into the basketball game. He has one foul on the afternoon, 2 points. Low scoring game so far. Now these teams played each other last season. Builders won by a basket, 70-68 in that contest. It's kind of looking like it's going to be a low scoring affair again this evening as the Builders off and running again with Smith. Smith into the corner to Harrell. Attacks the basket, but nothing doing as far as points as the kick goes to the corner. That bucket is good for 3. That's Caleb Barreto. So for Caleb Barreto, those are his first points, I believe. Yep, his first points of the afternoon as the pass goes inside, back out for 3. That was no good. Smith got pushed in the back on that rebound. No call by the official. Monarchs, corner 3, air ball. Shot clock does not reset. Builders come away with the rebound. They push it ahead to Smith. Smith all alone, up and off the glass for 2. So the Builders now with their largest lead of the contest, 7 at 18-11. As Barreto, who already has a 3 in the contest, works off of a screen. Beautiful screen that time set in the paint by the Monarchs to allow for an easy layup. Here's Hinman. Hinman finds a crease in the defense, able to lay it up with the right hand. And the Builders now lead 20-13. Monarchs back on offense. Here's Ellinger. His shot off the back of the iron. Builders across the timeline. Plenty of time left on the shot clock for the Builders. The pace of this basketball game has been absolutely frenetic as Hinman. His shot goes up and goes in. That is Hinman's second make from 3, and that takes us to a timeout. Timeout, 30-second timeout here, 8:18 remaining in the first half. Builders with their largest lead of the contest at 10 as Hinman knocks down his second 3-point shot of the evening. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful to have you with us as the Builders, again, looking to defend their small college championship from last season as they are playing their 3rd game, but technically their 4th. They did play an exhibition game as their first game of the season, which does not count in the standings. They played Virginia State. They did not win that contest, but they turned around and got back-to-back wins against both Penn State Greater Allegheny and also Penn State Beaver. Not the Penn State Beavers, not the A squad, but instead Penn State Beaver. Not plural, singular, but that does count in the standings. So the Builders again coming to the contest tonight with a 2-0 record. As for the visitors from Fayetteville, North Carolina, they come into the season 1-0, having won their first game of the season against Warren Wilson College. They won that by a score of 76-68, which actually marks their first opening win game of the season since the 2019-2020 season as the Monarchs back on offense. Builders swarming on defense. Builders take it away. Kick to the corner. Here's Hinman. From the top of the circle, that shot no good, but that is going to be a foul call on the Builders. That's going to go against Eason. So for Eason, that is his first personal foul and the team's first. I know he's not happy about it, but he did go over the back of the defender to try to corral the rebound. So we're going to get a timeout. I believe this is going to be a media timeout, the under 8 timeout. So 7:51 remaining in the first half. Builders with a 10-point lead. Let's step away.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back to the Apprentice School Athletic Center, home of, again, the USCAA defending small college champions, the Apprentice School Builders, as they lead by 10 here at home in their first home game of the 2024-2025 season, taking on the Monarchs of Methodist University, as the Builders, again, have really turned up the heat on defense. As Hinman all in the pockets of Hickman. Builders nearly force another turnover. That shot, turnaround, hits absolutely nothing, leads to a fast break opportunity. May have been thrown ahead a little too far for Saunders to corral, and the Builders commit a foul on the other end. So that foul is going to be on Chris Hinman. That'll be Chris Hinman's first personal foul, the team's second. So that will send a Monarch to the free throw line. This will be the first free throws of the contest. And we're over halfway through the basketball game, as Jarius Fajaro misses the first of two, and Donovan Means makes his way into the contest. Builders wearing their new home whites. They have a new sponsor this season, as the second of two is up and good. New Balance is now the official outfitter of the Builder program. That shows you just how much the program is actually advanced here in the past few years, as that feed goes inside, the kick outside, no one home, as Eason throws it out of bounds. I believe he was anticipating Adrian Wall being there, but Adrian was actually in the corner. So that will be a turnover for the Builders. That will be their fifth turnover of the contest. So the Builders started out with 0, sat there for a while. All of a sudden, they've gotten a little lax with the basketball, but not on defense, as the Builders off and running once again off of a defensive stand, but they come away with nothing on that fast break opportunity. Here's Minot. Minot off to Hicklin. We have a tie-up underneath, no foul. So the possession arrow is in favor of the Monarchs, so the basketball will stay on this end of the court. Builders with a 9-point lead as Coach Henry barks out his instructions for his Monarchs. Here's Minot. Minot off of a screen. Feed inside. Nothing there. Here's Minot again. The running right-hander, no good. So here come the Builders. Wall quickly attacks the basket and finishes at the rim. 4-2. So 25-14 is our score. As the Builders continue to be absolutely tenacious on defense, but this is going to end in a foul. So Adrian Wall is going to pick up his first. That'll be the team's third, as more substitutions make their way into the basketball game for both teams, as Donovan Riddick. I'm sorry, not Donovan. Davion, I'm sorry. Apologize to him and his family. Davion Riddick makes his way into the contest. Greg Ellinger, he comes back onto the court. For the Monarchs, So does Brian Bullock. As Ellinger, his shot, his right-hander from the baseline is up and good. So for Ellinger, his first basket of the contest. As Means tips a work off of a screen from Eason. His shot, that is a three. That one is up and in. So Donovan Means now, I believe that is going to be his second three-point make of the first half. Means now with 6 in the contest, and the Builders have pushed this thing out to a 12-point lead. Hicklin attacks the basket. His shot partially blocked, leads to another fast break opportunity. Means, head full of steam. Unable to finish at the rim. Basketball is going to be last touched by the Builders. So right now from the field, Builders are only shooting about 38% right now. 11 of 29 from the field. So, of course, that miss does not improve that shooting percentage, as that shot is up and good. Builders shooting about 44% so far early in this season, so they're below their average, as that is another miss. Builders with the offensive rebound, working around the perimeter to the corner. That three is up and in. That's Davion Riddick. As Davion makes the three, but then turns around and commits the foul. So that'll be his first personal foul. That will be the team's fourth. So neither team nowhere close to being in the bonus. Monarchs would need to commit another 5 to be in the bonus. Builders would need to commit another 3 to put the Monarchs in the bonus. Just a shade over 4 minutes left in the contest as Minot turns it over. Means presses the issue, loses the basketball on his way to the basket, and that leads to a fast break opportunity for the Monarchs, who have their shot blocked, but there's going to be a foul call underneath. If that is on Eason, that'll be his second personal foul, and it is. So for Eason, his second personal foul, that'll be the team's 5th. Now, the Builders aren't yet in the bonus, but that will be 2 shots when we come back from this under 4 media timeout. Builders lead by 13, 31-18 over the Methodist University Monarchs. Will return.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Chris Hinman is the leading scorer in the contest for the Builders. He has 10. Darion Hicklin is the leading scorer right now for the Monarchs with 6. So prior to that media timeout, there was a foul call. I believe that was on, again, that was on Jaden Eason, his second personal foul in the team's 5th. So that puts Brian Bullock at the line to shoot 2 as his first of 2 off the back of the rim. Builders would love a repeat of that shooting motion. Little too strong. And this one, like Goldilocks would say, was just right. 31-19 is the score as the Builders break the press. Here's Hinman. Hinman is joined on the floor again with one of the Builders starters. Malik Munderland is back on the floor as the shot clock now is down around 5. Hinman to Wall. Builders are going to have to launch something, and they do. Adrian Wall's three-point basket is no good. So an empty possession for the Builders, but they still control in the contest, up by 12. It's Ellinger. Looks to give it off to Hicklin. Hicklin being guarded by Riddick as the basketball goes to Barreto. Barreto to Stevens. Stevens forces his shot, no good. Rebound, Hinman. Monarchs shooting 29.6% from the field. 8 of 27 as we get a foul. That foul is going to go on Greg Ellinger. That is going to be his first personal foul. That's only the team's third of the first half, so no shots for the Builders from the free throw line. Again, Builders coming into this contest shooting about 44% as that shot is blocked, but there was a foul. So they give it to I'm sorry, I called him Thomas. It's Tomas Stevens, his second personal foul. That'll be the team's fourth. So the Builders will finally get a chance to toe the charity stripe and shoot two. As Adrian Wall will step to the line to shoot two, the 6'3" senior from Norfolk. Will get an opportunity to add to his point total. He already has 5 in the contest. Make it 6. Sean O'Connor back onto the floor for the Monarchs. Well, at one point, we're really doing a great job of kind of hanging around as far as the scoreboard goes, but things have really opened up here as Adrian Wall makes the second of 2, and the Builder lead is now 14, their largest of the contest, as Stevens works against Hinman. Give goes to Barreto. Barreto continues to work. Not sure if they want to try to work it inside or just work off of a screen. Nearly turn that basketball over again as that long three-point shot off the front of the rim, but Ellinger is there to corral the offensive board. Barreto, bit of a wild shot, but he's able to get it to go. So for Barreto, that is his 7th point. Builders back quickly. Shot no good, but there is a foul. That call is going to go on Sean O'Connor. That is his first personal foul, team's 5th. So that will send the Builders to the free throw line with Malik Munnerlin looking for an opportunity to get his first points of the contest. And he does. Kyrie Smith and Kelby Saunders Jr. make their way back into the contest. A couple of seniors for the Builders have played a lot of basketball here at this arena, played a lot of minutes for this program. And the Builder lead is back up to 14, 35-21. Builders with the lead. Builders, once again, with a light full-court press. O'Connor over to Barreto. That shot off the back of the rim for Hicklin, leading to a fast break opportunity for the Builders. Builders with a long alley-oop attempt that is going to be Builder basketball. The officials say it was last touched by the Monarchs, but if they were able to make that play, this gym would have exploded. Hinman. Feed inside to Saunders, who easily finds, how in the world did he find Adrian Wall? But at this point, it doesn't matter. Nice job by Saunders, who has a huge smile on his face after that feed down low, and that pushes the Builder lead out to 16. Builders, Hicklin. Hicklin is going to be fouled. That one is going to go on Adrian Wall. You can see Adrian really wrap him over the arm. Hicklin, that is, as Hicklin was trying to make the pass. So that's only the team's 6th foul. So the Builders still 1 foul away from sending the Monarchs into the bonus. Now we're under 1 minute remaining in the first half as Courage Harrell and Chance Minot makes his way into the contest. Ellinger working against Saunders. Fee goes inside to, that's not Barreto. That was O'Connor. O'Connor unable to hit. Here's Hinman. Quick pass down court. Harrell. His three-pointer, no good. So back come the Monarchs with Hicklin. Feed inside to Ellinger. Ellinger up over Saunders. He has a huge size difference over Saunders, but he's unable to connect as Harrell unable to hit the wide open layup. So that is going to be something that I'm sure Coach Gainey would love to have a conversation with his team about at the half. And that looked like a traveling violation that was not called. But instead, here's O'Connor to Barreto. That one is going to be short. And it goes innocently out of bounds. The game clock stops at 0.4 seconds, so that's enough time to inbound it and just launch it for one of the Builders. And they're not going to do so. They're going to hold on to the basketball, and that is how the first half of action comes to a close here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as both teams make their way into the locker room to refresh themselves and get some strategies for the second half. The Builders will take a 37-21 lead into the halftime locker room. So what we'll do, we'll step away, allow you to get yourself together. We'll do the same. We'll come back with first half stats and second half action after this break. We are close to wrapping up the halftime break. Builders with a 16-point lead, 37-21 over the visiting Monarchs from Methodist University. And as far as some of our first half stats go, right now, Chris Hinman leads all scorers in the basketball game with 10 for the Builders. Caleb Barreto leads all scorers for the Monarchs with 7. Now, the Builders are up by 16, and when you kind of look at the stat sheets, they really aren't that different. I mean, both teams have the same amount of blocks pretty much. Both teams pretty much have the same amount of turnovers. The Monarchs have 7. The Builders have 6. As far as rebounds, the Builders have 26. The Monarchs have 20. But the difference is in the three-point shooting. Builders have launched 17 attempts. They've drained 7, while the Monarchs have launched 5 attempts, and they've only drained 1. So that's only about a 9-point differential. Right now, the Builders lead by 6. So, again, it's going to be three-point shooting that could potentially put this basketball game away for the Builders in the second half. So, if you're Coach Gainey, you definitely had a conversation with your guys about the missed layups. The Builders missed so many layup opportunities in that first half. If they take care of those layup opportunities, folks, this thing is an absolute blowout. So we'll see if the Builders are able to play within themselves in the second half, make the wide open layups, because the opportunities will be there on those fast breaks after those defensive stands to see if they can make these layups. So that's kind of been the tail of the tape in the first half. Builders with a 16-point lead as we get set to start the second half of game number 3 of the 2024-2025 basketball season for your apprentice school Builders. Builders only shot about 37% in the first half, while the Monarchs shot 27.3% in the first half. So we're about to get set as the Builders will open the game the second half with possession as Donovan Means gets set to inbound. Starters are back on the floor for the Builders. Eason, Means, Smith, as Smith takes his first shot of the basketball game. There is a put-back layup for the Builders. So maybe things are looking up so far in the second half as the Builders have extended their lead now to 18 in the contest as Ellinger able to hit his left-handed layup. So both teams have their original starters back on the floor. Again, Means is also in with Munnerlyn. That is Wall on the floor as well, along with Smith and Eason. As the give goes inside, easy layup off the back of the glass for Malik Munnerlyn. And Munnerlyn has his second basket of the contest. He now has 4, and the Builder lead is back up to 18. Here's Barreto. Over to Hicklin. Shot clock now under 10 as Hicklin gives it off for the three-point shot and the make for Minot. So that cuts the Builder lead to 15, 41-26. Shade over 18 and a half remaining in the contest. As Munnerlyn tries to get it inside to Eason, nothing doing. Wall thought about the three, but stepped inside the arc instead. His shot no good. Back comes Barreto and the Monarchs. Here's Brooks. Brooks tried to force it inside. His shot is blocked. Now, who did that touch? A Monarch? And yes, it did. Nice heads-up play right there by Eason to throw it off of a Monarch out of bounds. So that will be Builder basketball. They're looking to add to this 15-point lead. So far, their largest lead of the contest has been 18. As Means makes it across the timeline. Builders lackadaisical with the basketball as Brooks gets the steal, has his shot blocked, but Eason is going to be whistled for his third foul. That will be the team's first of the half. So that will send, I'm sorry, I was saying Brooks. Is actually Bullock. I apologize to his family. Brian Bullock. Boy, these contact lenses are something else. Brian Bullock hits the first of two. So that will send Eason to the bench. Kelby Saunders will make his way into the basketball game. Saunders with a couple of baskets so far in the contest. Nope, I take that back. I look at the scoreboard wrong. Kelby Saunders is yet to have a basket in the contest. And the Builders work against the Monarch press. Feed inside. Shot blocked. But one of the Monarchs got Saunders across the wrist. And that Monarch is Darian Hicklin. So for Darian Hicklin, that is his first personal foul and the team's first. So that will send Kelby Saunders Jr. to the free throw line. Builders only shooting about 61% as a team from the charity stripe. And the first by Kelby Saunders is good. That one hit every part of the rim, but the inside part of the rim. But the Builders able to corral the loose ball, and Kyrie Smith off the side of the backboard for two. So the Builder lead is up to 16. It's Bullock feeds to the corner. Shot off the back of the iron. Wall. Munderland, his long three-point shot is up and down. So Builders starting to create a little bit of separation with themselves on the scoreboard, but with the Monarchs, as the Builders now have their largest lead of the contest at 19. Bullock with the screen, trying to free up Minot. Here's Bullock. Tough jumper, no good. Here's Munderland. Munderland gives to Wall. Wall launches for three off the front of the rim. Ellinger clears the rebound for the Monarchs. Here's Minot being guarded by Munderland. Bullock for three. Kelby Saunders walls off Ellinger for the one-handed rebound as Saunders turns it over. Another frenetic half of basketball action, but right now neither team is really putting the basketball in the basket. Here's Wall, has it poked away. Fast break opportunity for the Monarchs, and they convert with Minot. Builder lead now with 17 is Wall. Throws it off of the shin of a Monarch player. That leads to another fast break opportunity. As this basketball game on the offensive floor is wild, that shot up and good at the foul. That foul is going to be whistled on Adrian Wall. That'll be his third personal foul and the team's second. So we're going to have a timeout. This is going to be the under 16 media timeout. Builders with a 15-point lead. And when we come back, foul shots for the Monarchs.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Builders took a 16-point lead into the halftime locker room. After almost 5 minutes of play, they are maintaining a 15-point lead. But stepping to the line to shoot a single free throw is Caleb Barreto, and he hits. So the lead down to 14. Builders have to take care of the basketball. We're going to get a foul here. That foul is going to be called on Brian Bullock. That'll be his first personal foul and the team's second. Builders out of the timeout, make some substitutions as that shot is up and good by Malik Munderland. So the Builders' lead is now back up to 16 as Minot works against Jackson. Here's Bullock. Shot no good. Rebound, Harrell. Munderland gets a running start, but has his shot blocked. And that's going to remain Builder basketball as Kelby Saunders will make his way back onto the court. Saunders has to tuck in his jersey. Smith with the inbound. Kelby Saunders was anticipating Montreal Jackson to cut towards the basket along the baseline. Jackson did not, and that one sails out of bounds, so that will be a turnover as Builders nearly force a backcourt. Boy, that was close. That was a close one. Builders almost forced a 10-second violation in the backcourt by the Monarchs, but they were just able to get over the timeline just in time as Tomas Stevens makes his way back into the contest for the visiting Monarchs, who now have 17 on the shot clock with Minot. Bullock inside, his shot off the glass is good. Builders able to work it over the timeline against a soft four-court press. Harrell unable to hit. Rebound cleared by Bullock. So this basketball game is in no way wrapped up as that long three-point shot comes off to the Monarchs, who are able to take it off the glass for two. So the Builders still have to fight to win this one, as that three-point shot goes off the other side of the rim. That leads to another fast break opportunity for the Monarchs, who are unable to hit on three. So back comes Donovan Means, who finds Smith, who launches for three. It is up and it's down. Kyrie Smith for three. Builders now are 9 of 22 at 43% as we get a timeout. 30-second timeout taken by the Monarchs. Coach Henry get his guys over to have a chat with them. 15-point lead for the Builders. As you know what, I take that back. There's a media timeout, so we're going to step away. 13:08 remaining in the first half. Builders with a commanding lead.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
Builders continue to maintain a commanding lead here in the second half. Again, went into the halftime locker room with a 16-point advantage, and right now the advantage is at 15 as Stevens works against the Builder zone, I believe. That is, nope, I take it back. Builder's not in zone. They are in man-to-man. Looks like more of a matchup zone, I believe, as that's going to be a foul call. I believe it's going to be on the floor, so no shot. At least it shouldn't be. That foul is going to go on Wayne Hedgepeth, his first personal foul. That's going to be the team's third. So they are going to say that he was fouled in the act of shooting, so that will put Chance Minot at the free throw line to shoot two to try to cut into this lead, and he does just that. So he trims the Builder lead to 14. Builders have led by as many as 19 in the contest. That loose ball is taken by the shooter. So horrible job of boxing out the shooter on that missed free throw by the Builders. And there's going to be a loose ball foul under the basket. That is going to be on Brian Bullock. That will be his second personal foul and the team's third. Smith with the inbound. Monarchs try to trap on the press. They're unable to do so, and then they foul on the defensive end. That is going to be another foul by Brian Bullock. That's two fouls in a row for Brian Bullock. That is his third personal foul and the team's first. Now that's going to fourth. Now that will put Donovan Means at the line to shoot two to try to build on this 14-point lead by the Builders, who've led pretty much throughout this contest, as he misses the first of two. Builders now 5 of 7 from the line. Make it 5 of 8. As Minot with the basketball being guarded by Means. To Stevens. Stevens tried to work off of a screen, but Means was able to work over the top of the screen. Minot working hard and gets rewarded. Shot goes off the glass for two. It's Means. Basketball was last touched by the Monarchs, so it will stay on this end. 23 seconds on the shot clock. We're now at exactly 12 minutes remaining in the contest, and the Builders maintaining a 12-point lead. Means kicks it to the corner, but Hedgepeth is unable to control it, so that will be a turnover. We're going to have a timeout. Media timeout, the under 12 timeout here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Builders with a 12-point lead. As we go into this break, we'll step away and we'll be back.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Welcome back to the Apprentice School Athletic Center, as you saw on the break, home of the USCAA Small College National Champions. I just don't get tired of saying that. What an honor, what a feat for this team to win a national championship last season under the oversight of Evan Key, who has again moved on to Randolph College. That opportunity to win a national championship is always going to make any coach more attractive to other programs, and he got his opportunity, so we are thrilled for Coach Evan Key and his family for that opportunity with Randolph College. But back here in the Apprentice School Athletic Center, Builders still in a fight in this contest as they've seen their lead knocked down to 10. It was 19 at one point. But the Monarchs have continued to fight as they force a turnover in the backcourt. Here's Minot. His shot, no good, no foul call, as the Builders have numbers. But they instead decide to slow things down. Feed goes inside. Shot off the glass, no good. Loose ball taken by the Monarchs. And the Monarchs with an opportunity to get this lead under double digits, and to signal to everyone in this arena that they still have a shot to come in here and steal one. Here's Bullock. Bullock. Shot does not go down. Rebound cleared by Saunders. So here's Smith. Monarchs may have missed an opportunity there to really build some momentum in this contest as Means works off the screen from Saunders. Means. His three-point shot, no good, but Saunders is there for the loose ball rebound. But Kyrie Smith all the way to the rack, unable to finish. And here come the Monarchs. Monarchs skip to the corner. That three hits nothing but the bottom of the net as Tomas Stevens has taken the Builders' lead under double-digit points. This is the closest that they have been since the first half of this contest. 9:53 remaining. That is going to be a full timeout taken by the Builders and Coach Michael Gainey. And while he talks to his team, ladies and gentlemen, we will step away. We'll be back in a moment.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
Builders find themselves in a little bit more of a dog fight than they thought they would be about 5 minutes ago when the Builders were up by double digits. They now find their lead now trimmed to less than two single digits, in the contest. Builders up by 7 now. As Harold. There's going to be a whistle underneath, and that is going to be on the Builders, ladies and gentlemen. That foul call is going to be on Jaden Eason. So Jaden Eason has his 4th personal foul and the team's 4th. So the basketball goes back over to the Monarchs, who right now, folks, they have all of the momentum in this contest as they turn it over. Layup off of the turnover is good for Eason, as Eason has his headband knocked off in that exchange, so that pushes the Builder lead back up to 9 now. So nice job of just stepping into the passing lane was Jaden Eason, and able to go all the way to the rack and put it in for 2 for the Builders. As the Builders trying to force a turnover in the backcourt, unable to do so, and here come the Monarchs. That shot off the glass and good for Jarius Fajardo. Jarius Fajardo is his name. That launch from three by Smith comes off the front of the rim. Loose ball, skirmish on the floor. We're going to get, I believe, a tie-up. That possession arrow is in favor of the Monarchs. So 8:52 remaining in the contest. Both teams trying to make sure there isn't any perspiration on the floor in the area where everyone dove on the deck. If you've ever played basketball and stepped in a wet spot, boy, I tell you, it can cause a lot of injuries. So the players, for their safety, want to make sure that that area is dry. So that's why you saw them continuing to walk over the top of it. Feed goes inside. Nice job of getting the ball inside on that entry pass was Caleb Barreto. But the Builders were able to force a turnover as Minot just was unable to handle that entry pass, but it was a nice job of threading the defense by Barreto. Here's Harrell. Decides to bring it out. Then he attacks Ellinger. Smith, feed inside. That shot blocked from behind by Tomas Stevens. So the basketball was still in this end. Shot clock at 15. Builders with plenty of time to continue to work their work their offense and get a better shot. That one goes inside to Harrell, but he's fouled. So that foul will go on Caleb Barreto. That'll be his first personal foul, the team's fifth. So that'll send Courage Harrell to the free throw line to shoot two. Now, in their last game against Penn State Beaver, he actually led all scorers in points and rebounds for the Builders at 18-7. But Harrell unable to hit on that first free throw, so the score will stay as it is. 54-47 Builders with a 7-point lead. And the second of two rims around and comes out. So now the Monarchs have an opportunity to cut this lead to as little as 4 on this trip. If they're able to get a three-point shot and maybe a bucket and one opportunity as the feed inside is intercepted. Here's Means. Means missed it, but there to clean it up is Harrell. Builder Smith actually just steals, just picks the pocket of Barreto here on the defensive end as the Monarchs saw an opportunity to trim the lead to 4. Now sees them down by 9. Down by 9 even off of that make by Ellinger. We're just a shade over 7 minutes remaining in the contest. The Monarchs are still in it as the ball is poked away. Fast break opportunity, ball thrown up ahead. Builders able to get a stop, but they're going to be whistled for a foul. That's going to be on Kyrie Smith, which will be his first personal foul in the team's 5th, as we're going to get a timeout. Timeout being taken. This is the under 8 media timeout. 7:01 left in the second half. Builders holding to a 9-point lead. When we come back, free throw shots.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Tomas Stevens stepped in the line to shoot 2 to try to see if he could, excuse me, dig into this 9-point lead of the Builders, and he does so on his first free throw attempt. I apologize for that call. As Coach Alashush Henry sees his team right back in this basketball game, only down by 7 as the Builders break the press from the Monarchs. Kyrie Smith able to convert on the offensive end, and the Builder lead is pushed back up to 9. So the Builders, with a full-court press, create the turnover opportunity with Smith. Is that one good? That is a 3. That one is up and in for the Builders, and just that quick, 2 possessions. Builders put 5 points on the board as Montrell Jackson hits the 3. Builders with another opportunity, but this one this time is poked away by the Monarchs. So the Builders quickly push their lead back up to double digits, up by 12 now in the contest. Nice runner along the baseline by the Monarchs. That cuts the Builder lead to 10. Long skip pass to Smith. Inside, off the glass for an easy 2. It's Jaden Eason. Eason now with 6 in the contest for the Builders. Builders now have this game clock just under 6 minutes left in the contest. Tough shot. Builders come away with the rebound. Eason. Skip pass over to Kyrie Smith. This one dropped into the corner for Adrian Wall, who puts it up and down. 3-point shot in the Builders. Quickly, with an 8-2 run, puts a little bit of separation now between themselves and the Monarchs, who were looking like they were trying to steal momentum, but there's going to be a timeout taken. Timeout taken by the Monarchs. This is going to be a full timeout. Builders with a 15-point lead, 5.5 minutes left here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to have you along with us for this ride as the Builders look to go 3-0 on this young season as they continue to move forward into this season as the defending champions of the small college USCAA college basketball division. Coach Gainey in his very first season at the helm for the Builders. Last season, he was an assistant coach under Evan Key, but this year he gets his opportunity to be the head man in charge. And so far, his Builders are responding. 15-point lead in the contest. Builders come in 2-0. Monarchs come in 1-0 on the season. So again, these teams are not strangers to each other. They are familiar. They did play each other last season. That one was a slugfest as well, but the Builders were able to get out with a 70-68 win in that contest. Kind of looked like that may have been the name of the game for this contest, as the Monarchs were able to fight back and get the lead down to 7. But since then, the Builders have gone in an 8-2 run, and they pushed the lead back up to 15. Builders nearly forced another turnover there for the Monarchs, as Minot works against the Builder defense, loses the basketball, shot clock under 10. And Minot, ice water in his veins. Builders played great defense up until the last second. Minot was able to bank it off the glass for 2. So the Builder lead now sits at 13 as they go into a full court press. Nearly turned Adrian Wall over. I think that was last touched by the Monarchs. And it was. Builders with a little bit of trouble. Nope, that was, oh, never mind. That was a turnover. So that did go off of Adrian Wall out of bounds. So the Monarchs get exactly what they wanted on that possession. Here's Minot. Takes on pretty much the entire Builder basketball team. He's unsuccessful at the rim. No foul call. His bodies went everywhere. Kelby Saunders will make his way into the contest. Malik Munderland will have a seat.
Switch it. Get inside. Get inside on the backside. Get inside on the backside. Inside. Good.
There's a Monarchs inbound. Here's Minot. Minot over to Hicklin. Tough shot. His shot is blocked by Kyrie Smith. Smith out ahead of the pack. Smith unable to handle the basketball, but there to clear up the mess is Kelby Saunders. He can't hit, but he was hit instead. So for Chance Minot, that'll be his second personal foul and the team's sixth. Builder still not in the bonus yet, but that will put Kelby Saunders Jr. at the line to shoot too. Clock stopped at 4.5 minutes remaining in the contest. But Kelby Saunders doesn't stop scoring. Caleb Barreto makes his way back onto the floor for the visiting Monarchs. The Builder lead is now 14 in the contest. Builders with 2 timeouts remaining. Monarchs with 1 left. Monarchs now find themselves back down by 15. As Barreto works against the press by the Builders. Monarchs able to break the timeline as that shot by Minot comes up with nothing. So here come the Builders. Builders. Here's Saunders. That's something now. I'm sorry. That was I'm all over the place. That was Adrian Wall down. That would have gone down. That was only a 2. His foot was on the line. As we're going to get a stoppage in play, we're going to get a timeout. This is the final media timeout, the under 4 minutes remaining timeout. So Builders with a 70 to 15, 55 lead, 15-point lead. Folks, we'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Like them. Oh, sorry. 3:57 remaining in the basketball game. Builders looking like they're on their way. If they can hold on for these last few minutes, they can see themselves going 3-0 on the season, but the Monarchs are not going away as they quickly get the basketball down court. As Minot with the basketball over to Barreto. These have pretty much been the primary scores for the Builder as Barreto turns it over. Here's Saunders Jr. His dunk, no good. And the Builders turn it back over. Here's Stevens. Stevens harassed in the backcourt. Minot loses it. Up ahead to Saunders. Saunders. I think he kind of got stuck between laying it up and dunking it. So he gave a bit of a dunk layup. I don't know what that was, but it is good for 2 as Ellinger is fouled on the defensive end. So Kyrie Smith is going to pick up his second personal foul. That'll be the team's 6th. But that's going to send Greg Ellinger to the free throw line, the 6'9" freshman center out of Morrisville, North Carolina. He'll see if he can chisel away at this 15-point lead of the Builders. And the first of 2 is up and good. I think we need to do a little bit better job at home when the opposing team is on the free throw line. We actually get extremely quiet when the opposition shoots their free throws. We should try to rattle our opponents a little bit at the free throw line, but for some reason we get definitely silent here in the arena as Ellinger drains both free throws. That knocks the Builder lead down to 13. It's Wall works against Stevens. Game clock now under 3 minutes remaining in the contest. It's Wall. Gets it inside. Eason with the kick. Here's Wall. Wall, runner, right-handed. Shot is good. Builder lead is back up. Sorry, Builder lead is now at 17. Is that right? Okay. Here's Barreto. Has his pocket picked. Up ahead to Means. Off the backboard. Too strong. And back comes Barreto with the basketball to Stevens. Stevens to Barreto. Did he lose it or did he get fouled? I think it may have been, was it a little bit of both? No, he just lost it out of bounds. They say it was last touched by the Builders. That was kind of weird. Looks like it went off the fingertips of Barreto, but instead it's going to stay on this end of the court. Fajardo makes his way into the contest for Ellinger. Looks like they want to try to match speed for speed on the floor. Here's Stevens. Stevens attacking the basket with the right hand, and the shot is good. Build a lead at 15 now. Adrian Wall gets it all the way out to Saunders. Now to Means. Means. Now that is how you finish at the rim. Ladies and gentlemen, Donovan Means saw a uncontested path to the basket, and he attacked it and finished with the flush as he's going to be whistled for the foul on the defensive end. With that dunk, that puts the Builders lead back up to 17 in the contest as Donovan Means picks up his first personal foul, and that will now put the Monarchs into the 1-1 for the remaining minute and a half of this contest. And unless something miraculous happens, the Builders are going to get out of here with their third win on this season and the first home win for a new head coach, Michael Gainey Jr., who, by the way, just got engaged to one of the coaches on the women's basketball team here. So congratulations to the both of them. As the Builders still running, still scoring that basket in for Jaden Eason. Builder lead back up to 17. As the Builders try to shut down the Monarchs, Monarchs turn it over. Here's Smith. Smith launches, shot off the glass and good. So now that pushes the Builder lead to 19 as the clock continues to tick here in the second half as Barreto gets it to Stevens. His shot no good there to pull it down is Bullock. And I can hear it all the way here at the scorer's table. He is fouled hard by Donovan Means. So that's going to stop the clock with 55 seconds remaining. Donovan Means will pick up his second personal foul of the contest. That'll be the team's 8th. So all the Builders need to do is just kind of slow things down, drill as much of this clock out, and let's get out of here with a hard-fought victory, which will be our third on the season, as Bullock's shot is up from the free throw line and good. Builders are averaging early in this early part of the season, 77.5 points per game. They have exceeded that this evening. Fast break. Alley-oop to Kyrie Smith, and that is the prettiest exclamation point you can put on a win, as the Builders now see themselves up by their largest lead of the night, 20, as that foul will go against Jaden Eason. And for Jaden Eason, that will be his 5th and final personal foul of the contest. So he is now disqualified, but it won't matter. The Builders are up by 20 with 44 seconds left in the contest, as Jaleel Hope, the freshman forward out of South Carolina, will come on for the final 44 seconds of the contest as Bullock misses the first of 2. So it probably won't go down in the books as the prettiest win that the Builders have ever pulled off. But hey, everybody will tell you, I would much rather have an ugly win than a pretty loss. So all the Builders need to do is just finish here down the stretch. 38.1 seconds left, nearly turned it over. Means with the basketball. Here's Saunders. Builders are just content to hold it, eat as much clock as they possibly can. They have a sizable enough advantage on the scoreboard where another point won't really matter. And after this will probably be the last possession of the game. As Wall, if he's not fouled, that will do it. So Wall will dribble it out. Here's Smith. Game clock, of course, under 6, 5, 4. As Saunders will dribble it out. He will not take another shot. Just shot that was straight up in the air to run the clock. And he does just that. 82-63 is the final score. Builders with a 19-point lead. And they finish off the Monarchs of Methodist University here. First home game of the 2024-2025 season goes to Coach Michael Gaines Jr. and the Builders as they improve to 3-0. And the Monarchs fall to 1-1 on the season. Hard-fought victory here at home, and we, of course, are super glad that you were able to be here with us. Again, Builders don't make it pretty, but they still get out of here with a win. So you know what? We're going to go home. I'm Howard McCain for Dave Davenport. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Builders get out of here with a hard-fought victory to go to 3-0 on the season. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. Everyone get home safely. And remember, this is Builder Basketball.